Yeah, I go to our trade show for a little while every year.
The guy is really
Pay off. I mean, a lot of people go, but
accomplished.
it's like I get an excuse to get out of the office. If it's local, I get to go. If it's out of town,
We got to the point where there weren't very many. First of all, we wanted to keep it warm.
oh yeah, right.
There were only
There's a guy here in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the apartment place wasn't big enough.
It's not far enough south.
Yeah, but it's
They wanted to go to a warm place.
Orlando and Vegas. Chicago hardly gets any.
Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
So it's just all the people that make the equipment, that mixes, concrete, and appliance.
Finishes the attitudes to go in.
I'm surprised he doesn't grow on something.
They're doing some construction in downtown Dallas. Construction. I was talking to those guys. And a TV show. Anyway, a couple of them went to it. I was talking to them. I was drunk the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay, everyone. Let's see if we can get Zoe back up here. Welcome to the 2 Street Coffee House. My name is John. There will be a test. Say that same stupid thing every week. We're hybrid again tonight. Camera in the box on the ceiling. Pretty much only sees the stage. So if you're not supposed to be here, don't worry. Been doing this for 53 years in this room. 53 years, 52 Fridays. You do the math. Just a few people. We're a hardcore listening room, which means simply you get one plate from me. Jerry's got the hook. You brought the hook, right?
I'm looking.
Jerry's the bouncer. That's why he sits right up front. So tonight, volunteers-wise, we got Randy doing sound. We got Jennifer. We got Debbie, and we got Chris. Here comes the test. And what's my name?
John Williams.
There's a lady in the house tonight who sometimes calls me Bob. I answer to Bob. So tonight we've got Zoe Mulford in here. The last time she performed was 2021 from her place in the UK. We were here. We live streamed on a Sunday afternoon. It was a beautiful concert. There's flyers on the table that'll let you know who's coming here. Look on the back side, it'll give you a whole 2 months worth. So with all of that, Zoe, would you like to play some music tonight?
Why, sure.
Oh, good, then I'll get out of your way.
Slow and steady.
Well, hi. It is such a pleasure to be back here at the Two-Way Street and to be here in person rather than through the wonders of technology. And so I'm going to start out with a song of welcome, which a few of you may know. And if you don't know it now, you'll know it by the end. Won't you come on in? Won't you come sit down? It's been too long since I've seen you round. Tell me something new. Tell me how you've been. I got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? Now you can hear from the shape of that is a sing-along. So I'm going to give it to you a line at a time. Please join in as you are willing and able. Won't you come on in? Won't you come on in? Won't you come sit down? Won't you come sit down? It's been too long. It's been too long since I've seen you round. Since I've seen you round. Tell me something new. Tell me something new. Tell me how you've been. Tell me how you've been. Got a song or two. Got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? Have a cup of tea. Have a glass of wine. Have a drink of water. It'll all be fine. Won't you share some bread? Won't you share some time? Won't you share some space in a peaceful place where the folks are kind? Won't you come on in? Won't you come on in? Won't you come sit down? Won't you come sit down? It's been too long. It's been too long since I've seen you round. Since I've seen you round. Tell me something new. Tell me something new. Tell me how you've been. Tell me how you've been. Got a song or two. Got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? You can come as you are. You can just be you. You can come as a stranger. We're a little strange too. You can come as a guest. You can leave as a friend. I wish you all the best, and may your steps be blessed till you come again. Won't you come on in? Won't you come on in? Won't you come sit down? Won't you come sit down? It's been too long. It's been too long since I've seen you round. Since I've seen you round. Tell me something new. Tell me something new. Tell me how you been. Tell me how you been. Got a song or two. Got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? Now, about a week after I wrote that song, I played it at a show in northern New Jersey. And the lady I was staying with said, I'm about to lead a cultural exchange to China. Can we take that song with us? And I said, sure. So she got out her iPad. We made this horrible home video in her kitchen. And then she taught it to all her students. And when they got to Shanghai, they bought 10 ukuleles, every color of the rainbow, and they all learned 3 chords. And then they went to the town of Tangkou in Anhui province, and they sang it for everyone. So even before it was recorded on an album, there was one town in China where everybody knew it, which I believe counts as success in international folk music. Won't you come on in? Won't you come sit down? It's been too long since I've seen you round. Tell me something new. Tell me something new. Tell me how you've been. Got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? Got a song or two I want to sing with you. Won't you come on in? Now, my apologies to anybody who found themselves singing down in the basement. I lost my voice a week ago, and it's still coming back. So I'm gonna hope that it stays for the whole show, but I may be a little froggy up here, and I may be making last-ditch changes to the set list. We'll see how it goes. So, of course, I'm going to follow with this one because this one is unfortunately always appropriate. This is a song about trouble. And the thing about trouble is everybody has their own, and it comes in all possible descriptions. So I've left it kind of vague in the song, and you can feel free to fill in whatever kind of trouble happens to be troubling you. One damn thing after another, trouble's gotta stand in line. Stick with me, we'll get through this together, taking one damn thing at a time. There was the thing with the ceiling, there was the thing with the floor, there was the thing with the funny kind of feeling, and the ambulance at 3:45. One damn thing after another, trouble's gotta stand in line. Oh, stick with me, we'll get through this together, taking one damn thing at a time. There was the thing with the plumbing, there was the thing with those guys, there was the thing that we kinda saw coming, and the thing that was a total surprise. One damn thing after another, trouble's gotta stand in line. Oh, stick with me, we'll get through this together, taking one damn thing at a time. One damn thing, one damn thing. We can make it if we take it just one damn thing at a time. There was the thing with the really bad decision, and the thing that just gave us the blues. The thing with the thing that wound up on television, and every damn thing in the news. One damn thing after another, trouble's gotta stand in line. Oh, stick with me, we'll get through this together, taking one damn thing at a time. One damn thing, one damn thing. We can make it if we take it just one damn thing at a time. One damn thing after another, don't you let it get you down. Any day that brings another damn thing is a day that we're still above ground. One damn thing after another, trouble's gotta stand in line. Oh, stick with me, we'll get through this together, taking one damn thing at a time. One damn thing, one damn thing. We can make it if we take it just one damn thing at a time. We can make it if we take it just one damn thing at a time. I was asked to write a song about Nowheresville by a radio DJ he was doing a show at the time called Radio Nowhere, and so he addressed his listeners, wherever they were, as the citizens of Nowheresville. And it was at a time when I was walking my husband to the train station every day. So I dropped him off, and I got this line. Every day I go to the station, I never get on the train. And there was the song. Every day I go to the station, I never get on the train. I work all day at the sidetrack cafe. I go home again here in Nowheresville, and I can't complain, 'cause you can get to anywhere from here. No one ever plans to stay here. Everybody's passing through. Ain't it queer how we end up here on the way to where we're going to? Here in Nowheresville, there's not a lot to do, but you can get to anywhere from here. And late at night when the stars are bright and the air is clear and chill, I can listen to the hayfield crickets and the whippoorwill. If I need a little company, I climb to the top of the hill, and I can hear the whole world dreaming. Everybody's got a story. I'm the one they tell them to. 70% is clean made up, and I know that every word is true. Here in Nowheresville, it's a point of view. You can get to anywhere from here. Everybody's going somewhere. They leave this little town behind. I wave hello to the folks I know when I see them in the New York Times. I'm in Nowheresville, but I don't mind, 'cause you can get to anywhere from here. And late at night when the stars are bright and the air is clear and chill, I can listen to the hayfield crickets and the whippoorwill. If I need a little company, I climb to the top of the hill, and I can hear the whole world dreaming. Maybe one day I'll leave here, never come back again. Every day I go to the station, I never get on the train. Thank you. So a lot of interesting stuff came out of the pandemic and the lockdown, and it changed the shape of the world in a lot of ways. And one of the gifts that it brought me was a co-writer. I was booked on the Greenwich Village Folk Festival. They were, and I believe they still are, doing a monthly online broadcast with a whole bunch of artists. And the cool thing about that particular online show is they have a green room. So there's a back channel, and all the artists are hanging out together during the show and chewing the fat. And so we were trading news and saying what we were up to. And I said, well, here I am stuck at home, and everybody else is stuck at home. And I was thinking I might do some co-writing. And John McCutcheon says, I would write with you. So I've been having these phone calls with Joan McCutcheon, and we've been writing songs, and it's kind of cool. So I'm going to do you some of those tonight. The thing is, because I have not been performing a lot live, we write them, and we write them down, and we make crappy demo recordings, and we put them in the folder, and they're done. I'm not used to writing songs like this, because the way I write songs is there's this beta testing phase where you take them out and you sing them for people. And if I haven't done that, they're not really done. So I hope that you will do some beta testing of these songs for me. I think I do it there. My 10-year-old came home from school and found me working like a fool, cleaning windows, dusting lights. He said, "Mom, are you all right? Who's coming over? What's the fuss?" I said, "No, this is just for us." Why was all that he could say. We already know we live this way. It's no surprise. It is not news, and I could cry, or I could choose to pour a glass of Chardonnay and feel that stress just melt away, 'cause we already know we live this way. I used to fight an endless war with dusty shelf and grubby floor. Now I know it's not a crime to leave the dust and have my time. We don't care what people think. We'll leave our dishes in the sink. We'll get to them, but not today. We already know we live this way. It's no surprise. It is not news. And we could cry, or we could choose to pour a glass of Beaujolais and feel that stress just melt away, 'cause we already know we live this way. If Southern living comes to shoot, they'd better call ahead. Perfection is not our pursuit. We live like this instead. We have a dog, she barks and sheds. We cannot keep her off the bed. Other times we'd swear and yell. These days we figure, what the hell? 'Cause Sunday morning's awful sweet with a warm dog lying on your feet. We don't mind some disarray. We already know we live this way. It's no surprise. It is not news. And we could cry, or we could choose to pour a glass of Beaujolais and feel that stress just melt away, 'cause we already know we live this way. And through it all, I must confess, I don't care who I don't impress. We each can use a little mess. And am I happy? Oh my, yes. So pour a glass of Chardonnay and feel that stress just melt away, 'cause we already know we live this way. We already know we live this way. Thank you. I had a request for songs with the banjo, so I'm going to do this one. I had the pleasure last week of singing this song in the town that it is about. My grandparents lived in South Jersey, which is different from North Jersey. There are trees there. I mean, there are trees in North Jersey, but there are trees in South Jersey and cornfields. And my grandparents had a house overlooking a lake, and my folks and I would go and visit them in the summer. We'd go out in the canoe into the woods and pick wild grapes. We called them fox grapes. And I just have to stop and tell you about being in a boat with my father, being in a canoe with my father, because this is a totally overgrown little waterway, and all these little narrow channels through the underbrush. And my memory of boating with my father is him in the back and me in the front, and him yelling, bow rudder, as we plow into the underbrush. We're going down to the Garden State, where the sand is the color of the license plates. Down to my grandparents' house on the lake. It's the end of the summer, so you know what to take. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Load up the buckets and the dishpans too, and pile them all in the old canoe. Paddle to the place where the creek flows down. The nettles and the catbriers growing all around. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. You can pick 'em from the bank, you can pick 'em from the boat. You can drop 'em in the water and away they'll float. Wild as a muskrat, round as a ball. They taste of the summer as it turns into fall. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. And if we find just a few good vines, we'll be home with our harvest by supper time. Muddy and wet and scratched and stung, and sore in the arms and purple in the tongue. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. It'll come around a minute. Smush up the grapes in a clean old sheet. The kitchen smells all wild and sweet. Boil up the juice and skim off the scum, and we'll have jelly when the winter comes. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually made jelly at home, but you'll recognize this next verse. Toil and sweat and countless hours, and it all boils down into 6 little jars. Still we say it was worth it all, for the taste of the summer as it turns into fall. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. So load up the buckets and don't delay. The grapes are gone by Labor Day. If you go when the season's done, you can look all you like and you won't find a one. Bring along a bucket, 'cause we're all gonna go up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. Up on the creek where the fox grapes grow. I'm very sorry that Joel Simpson can't be with us. When I was talking to him before the show, he told me what is going on with his back. So I'm going to send this out to him because I know whereof he speaks. I had an episode of pain that lasted 1.5 years, and I could not sit down, which is not compatible with a job where you're driving 4, 5, 6 hours a day. And I got a lot of advice because if you are in pain, people want to fix you, and everybody has advice. And one of the pieces of advice I was given was, well, don't dwell on it. That'll make it worse. This is something that affects everything I do every moment of the day. How am I supposed to not dwell on it? And one thing I know about myself is I am a dweller. So I thought I'll turn it around because I'm also a writer, and maybe what I need to do is a little bit of dwelling and a little bit of describing. So this is called What the Pain Is Like. The San Andreas Fault runs through my ass. When I bend to tie my shoes, tectonic plates grind and grumble. An animator takes a crow quill pen and sketches the snarling line of my hip. Now and then it emits showers of outraged stars, acid yellow lightning bolts, and broken punctuation. While I am sleeping, a cruel science fiction writer maliciously doubles the Earth's gravity. As I stand in line at the bank, I turn into a glass which is being slowly filled with Coca-Cola. After the first half of a movie, my leg becomes a terrified dog, crouching miserably in my chair. I stroke it to calm the trembling. A genie grabbed my ankle and left a thumbprint burned on my skin. Somewhere around my calf, a whisper of crumpled tissue paper grows to a rattle of spilled rice, a buzzing amplifier, the moan of a musical saw. A missed step is the shrieking strings from the score of Psycho. A sneeze sets off car alarms. When the pills kick in, such sudden, blessed silence. I could say more, but I see you must be going, and so must I, or the rat that lives in my right foot will tire of running on its wheel and start to gnaw. So the upside of all that driving around is the people you meet, and either the folk community runs on love. And there are particularly special people who welcome folk musicians into their homes. So I've been the recipient of an awful lot of wonderful hospitality. And some of these people have become friends over time, and some of them have told me where they keep their key or the combination to their keypad in the garage, which got me thinking about where you hide a house key. And I found the line, "There's a backdoor key in the birdhouse." And I thought, yeah, I love that line. And then I thought, that's a terrible place for a key. What happened to the birds? So that's where it started, and here's where it ended up. There's a purple lilac blooming round my door. There's a yellow warbler in the sycamore. There are 7 stepping stones across the morning dew. And there's a back door key in the birdhouse if you're ever passing through. I've been planting early girls and turnip greens. Time to put some poles up for the runner beans. I planted out some pansies in that pot from Santa Fe. And there's a back door key in the birdhouse if you're ever back this way. Day by day, love is born blind. It's a hungry thing. It swallows whatever we find to put in, and it's ugly as sin until it finds the wings to fly. Did you get some rain yet? We've had too much here. Did you see those pictures of the snow this year? Did you get my message? I just wanted you to know there's a back door key in the birdhouse if you need a place to go. Day by day, love grew strong. Love lived here, just not for long. Something went wrong. Next day, the birds had gone away. There's a purple lilac blooming round my door. There's a yellow warbler in the sycamore. There's 100 reasons that I'm glad you didn't stay, but there's a back door key if you're ever back this way. There's a back door key in the birdhouse if you're ever back this way. Thank you. There was a time when folk singers told us the news. Something would happen, a horrible murder or a shipwreck or a battle, and someone would write a ballad about it and print it on a broadsheet, sing it in the street, and other people would learn it, and they would carry that song from town to town, and that is how people learned the news. Over time, the news became history. And some of those stories, we have forgotten the history, but we are still singing those songs. Now, these days, we don't need folk singers to tell us the news. We all have the news in our pockets 24 hours a day. And news becomes old news and is forgotten in the blink of an eye until something else happens and it all comes round again. So maybe now we need the songs to help us remember what is worth remembering. What do we want to become history? This is a song that I wrote about some things that happened in Charleston, South Carolina in the year 2015 that I thought were worth remembering. And there's a part for you. You'll know it when you hear it. A young man came to a house of prayer. They did not ask what brought him there. He was not friend, he was not kin, but they opened the door and let him in. And for an hour the stranger stayed. He sat with them and he seemed to pray. But then the young man drew a gun and killed 9 people, old and young. In Charleston in the month of June, the mourners gathered in a room. The president came to speak some words, and the cameras rolled and the nation heard. But no words could say what must be said for all the living and the dead. So on that day and in that place, the president sang Amazing Grace. The president sang Amazing Grace. We argued where to lay the blame, on one man's hate or our nation's shame, some sickness of the mind or soul, and how the wounds might be made whole. But no words could say what must be said for all the living and the dead. So on that day and in that place, the president sang Amazing Grace. My president sang Amazing Grace. Sing it with me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you. So I wrote that song and I put it on a record and sent it out into the world, and the folk DJs played it all across the country, including one in Berkeley, California, where Joan Baez happened to be driving in her car and turned on her car radio. And then I got an email from Joan Baez's manager saying, Joan wants to record your song. So she put it on her album, and she sang it all across the country and across Europe, and a lot of people heard it. And her team made a very beautiful video with animation. And a children's book publisher in California called the animator and said, we think this should be a children's book. And we said, what? But then, I thought about it, and I thought, children live in this world with us, and they're, we try to protect them, but they hear about things that are happening, and they need their grown-ups to be able to talk about them. So we made that book, and I hope that it helps old people and young people talk about that story together. The thing that made me happiest is when I was thinking about it, is this something we should do? I thought about Cynthia Graham Hurd, who was the branch manager of the Charleston Public Library. She was one of the Charleston 9 who was shot that night in the church. And I imagined that book on a shelf in Cynthia Graham Hurd's library. And I thought, how would I feel about that? And it seemed like a good thing. So we made the book. And one of the librarians got in touch with me and said, we have your book, and it's on the shelf. That branch has now been renamed after Cynthia Graham Hurd. So you never know when you write one of these things where it's going to end up, or who may befriend it, or where they may take it. And it's just, it's a privilege. It really is. So, thank you. I'm going to do one more, and then we'll take a little break, and I'll see if I can amp my voice back up. This is a true story. None of it happened. See, what did happen is my mother's eldest sister wrote in a letter, use the good dishes. Always use the good dishes. And I asked my mother's middle sister if there was family story that went with this, and as it turned out, there was not. So I got to make it up. It's that one. It's always that one. Please bear with me. I guess it's time for a word from our sponsor. I will mention that I am still carrying around CDs. If you still buy CDs and you would like to buy CDs from me, I have them. And you can only get them from me now because I have nobody in this country who I feel comfortable asking to stick things in the mail for me. So if you go online and try to buy these CDs from Amazon will say, you can have it. We have it in stock. it'll cost you $96. This is an artifact of the fact that nobody has it. So it is a rare commodity, and Amazon thinks they can get away with charging $96. If you were to pay Amazon $96, I don't know if you would get a CD, but I guarantee I would not get $96. Plan B.
Go to the banjo. It's always in tune.
Electric piano is always in tune. This is about a statue on Interstate 95 in the state of Delaware. Thank God for the radio and convenience store coffee. 3 hours you've been on the road and it should have been done. Northbound to Delaware, you'll pass the temple where Our Lady of the Highway stands looking on. Blessed be the children and the strangers. We are all together. We are all alone. All the sleepless dreamers, all the restless angels. Bless all the wanderers far away from home. Red lights in the passing lane. Hundreds of pilgrims, all your fellow travelers who don't know their names. Some come through here every day, some have come from a long, long way. Our Lady of the Highways loves them all the same. Blessed be the children and the strangers. We are all together. We are all alone. All the sleepless dreamers, all the restless angels. Bless all the wanderers far away from home. White rag on the driver's door, glass on the shoulder. The ditches and the medians blossom with shrines. Fake flowers on a wooden cross, and the names of the ones we've lost. Our Lady of the Highways knows they're yours and mine. Blessed be the children and the strangers. We are all together. We are all alone. All the sleepless dreamers, all the restless angels. Bless all the wanderers far away from home. Hear the swish of the wiper blades, rain on the windshield. Passing exit 100A to the town of rising sun. Black sky fading into blue. Clouds shift and the sun peeks through. Our Lady of the Highways welcomes every dawn. Blessed be the children and the strangers. We are all together. We are all alone. All the sleepless dreamers, all the restless angels. Bless all the wanderers far away Thank you so much. I will see you in a little bit.
Every week it's a challenge when we have a nice crowd like this to work my way up and around and through people to get up here to just say, we'll be back in a few minutes. Washrooms out the door and to your left. I never start second set until there's no line from the washroom. Zoe's got merch over here on the piano. Jennifer, can you light up the merch lamp? There you go. So yeah, we'll be back in just a little bit.
I guess I could do that.
I've never heard this room so quiet. There you go. Okay. I've never heard this room so quiet.
I'll take that.
I think you should.
I mean, either that or I'm failing to keep you away.
Oh, sorry. Well, you've got the president saying Amazing Grace on here.
Yes.
Is this the new one?
That is the most recent. It is no longer new.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a copy of the book? Is it here?
I'm afraid I don't.
Okay, I was wondering.
But it's available from
Amazon.
well, it's available from anybody. You can also get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Or you can get it at your local bookstore.
What's coming title?
It's called President's Amazing Grace.
You know the beads on the beads? Yeah, that's right.
Maybe your friends are watching remotely.
Well, one of them showed up.
Oh, okay.
David didn't, but his wife didn't. If you want to join us, feel free.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I have a front row seat here.
Oh. Yeah, David was over there because he was late apparently.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they said you are playing the piano.
I gotta return them. What would you like, Joel? Which one?
Did you sing the song about decorating the rooms with mustard and stuff? You sang it up at the
Decorating rooms with mustard? That one. There's no mustard in the song, Davey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You added that. It's good.
And every time that I'm doing the laundry, I think, life is too short to go but I have to live with my wife and if I do
Yes.
that. If I
Yeah,
don't
life
sort-
is
if I
also
don't
too
sort
short
this
to
out-
piss off your partner.
How long are you in the house? Do you have another job tomorrow or something?
Oh, sure.
Thank you so much, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm actually unscheduled tomorrow. I'm hanging out with Ann and Ralph. Okay. It has been requested.
Dear Jim, I'm going to be up at St. Timothy's Hollow. It's a special place in Skokie at St. Timothy's Lutheran Church, where some folk-stage members said, we need a place for folk music of the North Shore. So, they talked to me and got permission to turn the sanctuary into a funny place.
Excellent.
And because of COVID,
Big charge.
and the not being locked out of the WFMT studios, there are concerts that Randy and Debbie do that get part of the postage membership charge that. And up at St. Tim's, and then at the radio station again.
Excellent.
And whoever said, I love the sound of the banjo. I love the sound of that. And it's wonderful how you could make these songs. I think, I'm trying to think, would I be able to do something like that? But it's amazing. I really enjoy it.
So how many hours did it take to get down to Green Class
It
Castle?
took about 3 hours.
You're doing it.
Really?
It's not that far.
It's great.
I was supposed to turn,
Entertain yourself?
at Riverside Drive. And I don't know where Riverside Drive was, and so I said, I'm not gonna get on here. And one of these highways that's heading south, they got me over, and then I can get close. Well, that's the other one. I saw the sign for 47, it says,
Building road bridge.
the right direction. Curves, slow down to 40. But then, sign magically appears at the bottom, Common Road.
I used to get down to Crawfordsville. The company I worked for, I don't know if they still have it, but had a large manufacturing operation there. Yeah, books.
Well, I was going on south to Crawfordsville, and Crawfordsville was indeed one of this locations on my map, showed directions, and I said, I was there, piece of cake, because, just let me make sure, pull over the side of the downtown, across from the courthouse. It says 231, take you right to Greencastle. I said, that's right.
And so was that around, for here, it was supposedly around 2-ish.
It was 307 or something.
Okay. Oh, that's quite a bit later than I would have guessed.
Well, Easter time.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, all right, yeah, that.
It was the equivalent of 207.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I walked outside and I couldn't detect any sort of loss of light, and I didn't have the glasses, and I was going.
Have a card with a pinhole.
Yeah, well, I wasn't that excited about the pinhole. Yeah, I wasn't that excited about that. So, I considered using my Sirius camera, which has not just the eyepiece, but it has one of those flip screens. And happily, I Googled it and learned that that the thing could burn out the sensor bar, and I didn't want to do that. and so I just stepped. I didn't even get out of the steps and then just left.
This was earlier,
Okay. Yeah.
even earlier.
Okay.
So it did not burn out the sensor. This was turned
Well,
out.
take some more pictures and then prove your point. Yeah. Well, my Sirius camera has a very sensitive screen, and I didn't want to have to replace it. It's probably I would guess at least half the value of the camera. It's like 42, 43 or something other megapixels. I got it in part to be able to digitize mostly my color transparencies, aka 35mm slides, and then also to digitize this mass of prints that my mom had that I promised my siblings that I would make copies for them, which so far hasn't gone too far. But I need to get going on the first part, that is the color transparencies. And then my son, daughter, former wife can all have copies, and grandkids and whatnot, if they're interested. Actually, my former wife graduated from Nepal. Yeah. She would have graduated in 69.
I was in 64.
Oh, you went there? Oh, I didn't know that.
We have a graduate student in the psychology department who said, no, that's not an apocryphal story, David. It was real. I was a student at the time. The apocryphal story was a professor in the psychology department let it be known that he had a heart condition.
The what?
He let it be known that he had a heart condition.
No.
And at some point during the semester, he would be standing at a lecture. And the students would rush down to see if he's okay. And he would say, quick, go back to your seats and write your reactions to that.
No. That's a little perverse if you
Boy,
ask me.
it gets better.
You mean worse.
Across the street from Harrison Hall, where the psychology department is located, is the Phi Kappa Psi House. And one of the members of that fraternity arranged to have the police, the fire department next, down below the windows. And he had his fraternity brothers and the fire department holding on. In class, he said, I can't take it anymore. And he went to the bathroom, where the windows were, raised it up, jumped out, and the professor ran up there and he said, quick, write down your reaction to that.
Was this an undergrad? This is graduate or undergraduate course?
This was a undergraduate.
Oh, oh. Yeah, my ex majored in botany down here. Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the funny stories that she had was, well, it really wasn't funny to her, and that is, she did some kind of student lab stuff on a paid basis, and there was some kind of a flap she had with her professor, of whom I think she had as many as 4 or 5 courses, which to me is ridiculous. I know, but I mean that's ridiculous to have that many courses. But anyway, she was upset this one time. She was seeing him in his office, and she went out the door and slammed his door, which apparently was one of those big glass things. Perhaps you remember, and broke it. And broke it. Apparently, he didn't give her any more grief thereafter. There were a few times during my marriage with her, she slammed doors.
I was a grader. I had taken the Ed Psych course because sick people had said, you should always take the education qualifier so you can fall back on teaching if something doesn't work out. And they did not have many people who had actually taken the course, so they gave me the paid job grading the student reports. And they said, you know, if you can't read regular, you can lower the person's score. Grades were like S, S plus, and S minus, and U. And there was one student who was just terrible. And I was getting him to do so he complained. David, ease up a little bit.
Oh, was there a Professor Fletcher or something that was there in botany? Does that ring a bell at all? I think that could have been the name.
He might, it could have been, but not when I was there.
Okay, all right. I think this guy had been there for a long time. He wasn't.
It's possible, I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't your major, of course. Yeah.
I didn't even take any classes. I did take chemistry. You had to take a lab course for distribution of credits. English, we need a performance class. And I took a 3-hour chemistry
shortage of dorms that perhaps was the same when you were there, and they dropped. I don't think she knew that it was going to be the case until she got down there. But I don't know, there were maybe 5 or 6, I presume just all women living in this house. She seemed happy with it, but it was kind of a quirky arrangement.
All the women had to live in Lucy Rowland Hall, or Rector of Freshman, or Rector down here at this end of this quadrangle. Then there was another place that held maybe 30 women, and another one down the street that also held about 30 women. Most of the women lived in sororities. Upper class women who did not lived in Mason Hall, which is where I lived and where
So I think her senior year, I don't know if it was a junior year also or not, but she ended up in some new dormitory that she spoke very highly of. That was very, very nice.
they had done quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, I mean, was like about.
The gym that you all use, that's not the gymnasium, it's not built in the park.
Yeah, do I gather that something like 80 or 90% of the student body are affiliated or were when you were there? And, yeah. So I think she sort of felt like, how to put it, a little bit of a fish out of water, and she almost transferred to the University of Wisconsin, Madison. But I'm not sure why she didn't. But, I think she might have been happier if she did.
Zoe, are you still up in, still over in,
It's cool because it was in the classroom, so better than.
Yeah, better than the fridge.
are you still in Manchester?
Yes, still live there. I own a house.
Okay, I think we're going to get started. A totally new second set. Next Friday, the 19th, we've got a guy that I've not heard before. His name is Claude Bourbon. I don't know anything about him other than he must be good because Joel booked him. Joel usually doesn't steer us wrong. So, if you're ready to go, I think, does she look ready? Yeah, okay. Second set.
Not going to get any readier. Here we go. So I'm gonna start us out with a recipe. This is a recipe for my favorite comfort food. This is something that my mother and my Aunt Margaret learned to make from watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And my Aunt Margaret told me that sometimes if she wasn't feeling well, she would tune into Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood because she needed to hear somebody tell her that they liked her just the way she was. We can all do with that from time to time. This is called Mr. Rogers' Bananas. Peel some bananas and split them in two. A cast iron pan is the best one to use, and then you melt lots of butter till it just sizzles. Then fill up the pan from the edge to the middle. Then turn down the heat till it's barely a whisper, soft as the voice of a pastor from Pittsburgh who likes you just as you are. You gotta be patient and just wait around to flip every piece when it's caramel brown. And when they're nearly done, then you can season them, squeeze in some lemon, a sprinkle of cinnamon. Serve with a spatula, scrape the pan quick, 'cause the very best part is the bits that stick. This is a dish that my mom and her sister learned from that soft-spoken pastor from Pittsburgh, who likes you just as you are. It's a simple recipe, bananas and butter and fire and thyme. And if you don't have any lemons or cinnamon, just leave them out, it'll still be divine. It's sticky and melty and salty and sweet, cozy as warm woolly socks on your feet. It tastes like a hug, tastes like a snow day. You might feel like licking your plate, and that's okay. Family recipe, sister to sister, named for that soft-spoken pastor from Pittsburgh, who likes you just as you are. It's a simple recipe that someone who loves you might make you sometime. And if you've got no one to fry you bananas, make some for yourself. It'll still be divine. And if you miss someone, you might hear them whisper, soft as the voice of a pastor from Pittsburgh, I like you just as you are. So one of the things I learned performing on Zoom is if I do that song, I have to be ready for people to carry their laptops into the kitchen and start posting pictures of their fried bananas. So yeah, about 17 years ago, my husband got a job offer at the University of Manchester, and we packed up and moved to England. The contract said up to 5 years. We're still there. When we moved, we made the decision we were going to live without a car. And there's a lot to be said for this lifestyle. You get a lot of exercise, and it's good for the planet, and it is lousy for a gigging musician. But England has pretty good public transportation, so I was able to gig without a car. And I had to get really good at reading the schedules and seeing when the last train left, because if you miss that last train, you are out of luck. And I'd have the banjo over one shoulder and the guitar over the other shoulder and a little rolly suitcase full of CDs and a great big umbrella. So the first summer I was there, I had been at a folk festival up north of the city, and I was waiting for the last train back to Manchester. And I was in this kind of sleazy plywood shelter on the train platform because it was raining. And I realized that everybody else waiting for the last train to Manchester at 11:30 at night was going to be in that shelter with me, and a lot of them were going to be drunk. And as I reflected on this, these 2 guys come in, and 4 guys come in, and 8 guys come in, and I'm in the corner trying to look very, very uninteresting, and one of these guys comes right over to me, and he says, "Is that a 5-string banjo?" So the next thing I know, I'm giving a concert in this sleazy plywood shelter on the train platform. And it looked like it might be a rough crowd, so I figured I'll do something they know. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. And they were all singing along. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. And the last train to Manchester pulls into the station, and they picked up my bag, and they picked up my case, and they loaded me on board. We all sat down together, and we went on singing. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Here's another one of the Mulford and McCutcheon songs. One of the things that I'm still getting used to about co-writing is I'll bring in things from my own life, and I'm not in complete control, so I don't know where they're going to end up. This is one I started it some time ago, and I knew the story, and I knew I had most of I had the first verse, and I had most of the second verse. But I didn't know where to take it after that. Well, John knew where to take it after that. We took it to Waffle House. I'm not quite sure who these people are in the song, but I think they came to one of my gigs sometime in the late 1990s. Do you remember that time long ago? A neighborhood bar on a night that was slow. The sign said live music, and there by the bar was one skinny kid with a beat-up guitar. But the feedback died down, and he played a few bars, and he wasn't half bad. You said this song is ours, and we didn't care that we were the only ones dancing. Dancing just suddenly seemed like the right thing to do. our new favorite melody, simple and sweet. Put your arms round me and sway to the beat, and everyone else can stay glued to their seats. I just want to dance with you. Turn the page to children and 10 summers on, a festival stage on a big grassy lawn. And there was our guy from that long ago bar, with a backup quartet and a shiny guitar. Our little girls jumped up in eager delight, and they tumbled and twirled in the long summer light. And they didn't care that they were the only ones dancing. Dancing just suddenly seemed like the right thing to do. They know the melody is simple and sweet. We keep an eye on them and sway to the beat, and everyone else can stay glued to their seats. I just want to dance with you. It's Waffle House Sunday, a family affair. The girls and their partners and kids are all there. When they're on the jukebox, that singer, that song, we stand with the little ones egging us on. And the girls roll their eyes, but they know that we will. This pair of old farts who can never sit still. And we never care that we are the only ones dancing. Dancing just suddenly seems like the right thing to do. Hear that old melody is simple and sweet. Put your arms round me and sway to the beat, and everyone else can stay glued to their seats. Darling, you still sweep me off of my feet. I just want to dance with you. It's the wrong season for this one, and I haven't learned to play the tune yet, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I really like it. It was, I think, the day after Thanksgiving, and I was reminiscing to John about a job I had once. I worked in the bakery of a natural foods grocery store. We have changed the name of said store just because, why not? But otherwise, the story is true. It's called 187 Pumpkin Pies. Here at Greenway Grocery, it's the day before the day. Everyone's on overtime, trying to find a way to fill the many orders, provisions for the feast, with turkey, stuffing, casseroles, and last but not the least, 187 pumpkin pies. The butter and the green beans are piled to the sky. Cranberries are rationed. The bogs are all picked dry. The line at every register is backed up through the store. And I work in the bakery where we've got orders for 187 pumpkin pies. The bakery is buzzing. We've been working fit to bust, rolling out the pastry and crimping every crust, whipping up measuring the filling, whipping up the cream. The oven doors are banging and the air is full of steam from 187 pumpkin pies. I am in the walk-in cooler, shivering in the air. I'm piping on the topping and boxing up our wares. I've got whipped cream in my ears, and when I close my eyes, all that I can see is all those goddamn pumpkin pies. But when the work is finished and the store is closed with care, in 187 homes they bow their heads in prayer, and when the turkey's eaten and the mighty feast has passed, someone says, "Save your fork, 'cause you know what's coming last." 187 pumpkin pies. We've also been doing some more serious stuff, and this is one of those. Neighbors bring you casseroles, there's flowers from your boss. Cards drop through the mail slot, sorry for your loss. Someone sent a basket with a pineapple on top. Thank you, you say, thank you. You just want it all to stop. But the dog needs walking, and the kids need clothes. The baby's almost talking, and the garden grows. There's no use pretending that this path is straight. Grief is never ending, but life won't wait. You fill your time with tiny chores that get you through the day. Things to keep and things to toss and things to give away. Sometimes you'll find something that once belonged to you. You can't believe she kept this crap, or that you'll keep it too. But the dog needs walking, and the kids need clothes. The baby's almost talking, and the garden grows. There's no use pretending that this path is straight. Grief is never ending, but life won't wait. You're staring out the window, you can't remember why. Clouds rise like a mountain, you might climb into the sky. And everything seems normal, so you cannot understand why grief steps up beside you and takes you by the hand. But the dog needs walking, and the kids need clothes. The baby's almost talking, and the garden grows. There's no use pretending that this path is straight. Grief is never ending, but life won't wait. It was a real joy this summer to play at the Fox Valley Folk Festival, and I'm going to do a song that I was asked to do at the festival. They sang this at Jewel Ulvin's memorial, and at the festival I got a chance to do it with all the other festival artists standing behind me and singing, and that was possibly the best thing that happened to me all summer. It was pretty awesome. And if you feel like joining in on the chorus, I hope you will. Let's see if I can remember how to play this. There is an end to everything. The breath we take and the songs we sing, and the last note rings and dies away, but the song stays sung till the end of days, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and song stays sung. And astronomers could never chart the constellations of the heart, for lovers part and lovers pine, but the love stays loved till the end of time, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and song stays sung. And every life is a brief bright spark that dies and seems to leave no mark. So we curse the dark and we mourn the flame, but the things it showed us still remain, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and song stays sung. And I've been told that we are made of dust cast off when stars decay, and the bodies fade that once were ours, but the dust goes on to make new stars, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and song stays sung, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and songs stays sung. I'm going to read you another poem. This one started out with my friend Amy, who's watching online tonight. Hello. Back in the early days of social media, she posted as her status, "Now all with wings." And I thought, isn't that cool? Isn't that just like her? She's taken the copy off a packet of maxi pads and turned it into poetry. But when I asked her about it, it turns out it was a line for a song. It was a line from a song. So that was me. I had taken poetry and turned it into copy for maxi pads. So I had to turn it back into poetry. It's called Now All with Wings. Maple seeds, now all with wings, come helicoptering down to find new ground beyond their parents' shade. On sunlit ponds, nymphs transform and dragonflies arise. Pale cicadas, 17 years in the blind earth, crawl to air, put on bold colors, now all with wings. They set the trees a-buzzing, louder than the summer ocean. Graduating pilots march proudly in their blue blazers, now all with wings. The remedial swim class, the toe dippers and shriekers, the weepers and wetters, armored with inflatable plastic sleeves, take to the pool. Shuffling toward the deep water, their feet leave the bottom, and they do not die. Bright birds on postage stamps speed each letter to its destination, now all with wings. Our daily angels, their cover blown, are suddenly revealed with a great shredding of jackets and lab coats and reflective vests. They shrug and go about their tasks, now all with wings. There is a massive shift, a great unsticking, and unwinged things become airborne, flocks of socks, flights of hammers, pianos creaking on vast pinions. And what will we do when gravity fails and all the world takes flight? Let us break the cages of our chests and let our hearts find each other and rise together, a murmuration turning and wheeling, gaining speed with wings, now all with wings. So I'm going to finish up with another piano song, but before I do, I want to thank everybody who keeps this wonderful venue running, and thank you to Joel and Jennifer, and thank you to Randy on sound, and thanks to John for the introduction. And John, I'm going to fail the test. Thank you to all the volunteers behind the desk who are making us all comfortable this evening. And I'm not going to embarrass myself by failing to remember anybody's name. I'm just going to say thank you. And what's worse is when I give people new names. I hate that. Thank you to all of you for coming out tonight and for supporting live music and supporting each other. What a gift to be together tonight. So I'm going to, this one's very self-referential. It's a song on the piano about a piano. I encountered this piano on a train platform in Manchester. Every year, the Manchester Jazz Festival puts out pianos around town. And, you know, these are workhorse pianos near the end of their lives. And everyone is different and special in its own way. But I was having kind of a wonky day, and I could suddenly imagine exactly what it was like to be one of those pianos. This is called Purple Piano. I am a purple piano on platform 2. My keys are sticky, my strings aren't true, and people play me 'cause there's nothing else to do, but I will sing for you. Come on and play me while you wait for your train. You can thunk my pedals for a hideous sustain. Rachman and off and chopsticks sound the same, but I will sing for you. I've been all wrong since God knows when. I know I'll never be right again. Just a sideshow sound and a clown shoe hue. I am the purple piano on platform 2, and I will sing for you. I've been all wrong since God knows when. I know I'll never be right again. Just a sideshow sound and a clown shoe hue. I am the purple piano on platform 2, and I will sing for you. I'll be here for anyone who wants to play. I will annoy the neighbors every hour of the day, and I'll sing until they cart me away. Singing just for you. And when the junkyard takes my body, may the angels take my soul. They can haul me up to heaven. I'll wait there for Billy Joel. 'Cause I'm the purple piano on platform 2. My voice is crooked, but my heart is true. And I'll sing because there's nothing else to do. Singing just for you. I will be here singing just for you. Thank you.
Another thing I never knew, when people are applauding, I never stop, or I never start. So once again, I have negotiated through the maze here to get up to you to tell you one important fact. Jerry, what is it? No one gets out of this coffee house without an encore. Thank you, David. So, act real surprised and go, oh my.
Oh my.
Do you have one more?
I certainly do.
Oh, good.
And I know some people have been waiting for this one. I've played several times on the Midnight Special, and one of the things about doing that show is Rich Warren always asked us to finish spang on time. We would have like a 30, 40-second leeway at the end of the show. And he would be coming in from the back of the house giving all the final acknowledgments. So I actually timed this song and determined that the chorus runs exactly 30 seconds, and the verse runs about 30 seconds, and it has a variable number of verses, so I would always end with this song so that I could finish the show on time. So that there's a part for you. If you wish to join in, your line is, "Life is too short to fold underwear." There's one piece of wisdom that sticks in my head. I heard it someplace, or it's something I read about someone or other whose grandmother said that life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. Well, life is too short to worry and fret. There's trouble enough without getting upset about all of the problems you haven't got yet. And life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. Well, life is too short to spend at the wheel, moving 10 miles an hour in your automobile. Well, your temper gets frayed and your muscles congeal, and life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. Here's a verse I wrote for the fine folks at the Avalon Folk Festival, which is the nation's premier clothing-optional folk festival. Life is too short for buttons and ties, for pants that fall down or get tight in the thighs, when your skin is the thing that's exactly your size, and life is too short to wear underwear. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. Well, life is too short to spend it alone, or with folks that are mean, or a long way from home, or to serve an obsession that isn't your own. And life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. One more time. Life is too short to fold underwear. Life is too short to play solitaire. Get off your duff, it's time to begin. There's good deeds to do, and there's sins to be sinned, and there's not enough time to fit it all in. Life is too short to fold underwear. Yes, life is too short to fold underwear. so much.
Great job. Great job. Great.
We sent an email to my stepdad's sister and said, we're coming to Norfolk, we'll be on your doorstep before the eclipse.